So welcome everybody to our Zoom call. Is it week 4? I think it's week 4 we're on. And it is October the 6th. And we have some mighty fine people on this call. And of course, we want to recognize the star of the week, which is Denise. Who is Denise? She won a Fitbit. Yay! We needed somebody on our team to do that.
I know.
So what'd you have to do, Denise, in order to win a Fitbit?
You just have to stay strong all day long. It's not that easy.
Hey, but you're looking good too.
Yep, you do. You look great.
You look healthy and happy, and that's what's important.
Good, thanks.
So yeah, in fact, I posed a question on Meltdown Challenge today. Did you guys see it? It was, if somebody brings treats into the office, or you get invited to somebody's house, or just whatever. Hey, Lair, there you are, man. You are on with your umlaut and everything.
I has arrived.
Yes, you have. Welcome. Anyway, so yeah, the question is, what do you do? How do you avoid partaking when you are in those situations? And I think
duct tape.
Yeah, actually, I think you need to duct tape the other people, not just you. You need to duct tape the other people.
You put duct tape over the treats, and then it doesn't matter.
Lots and lots of duct tape.
That's right. So yeah, so somebody brings a treat to the meeting. Your best strategy, Larry's this duct tape for staying on track with your goals. Okay. Bob, tell us your brilliant ideas.
I have no willpower, so I really don't have any brilliant ideas.
Okay, Bob's talking willpower.
Well, you were saying it was more of in a meeting situation, and since I'm self-employed, I don't really ever have interactions other than like right now I'm talking to people, so.
What is your biggest temptation, Bob?
I like food. I'm not a sweets person. Like cake and ice cream, it does not attract me at all. But if it's just like yummy food, something comforting, warm and yummy. So if a meeting thing, like if they were eating something desserty or whatever, it wouldn't be a temptation to me.
Yeah.
Now, if they were having steak or something like that, I might want some of it.
Some really good lasagna.
Yeah, that would be good. Yeah,
my problem too is pizza. For some reason, I can eat a whole pizza without even blinking an eye, and I have a tough time resisting good pizza.
Yeah. So this is a situation. So I think that Denise should tell us what her tactics are, because she's been posting them on the Meltdown Challenge wall. But she has been resisting some mighty scary stuff when she makes brownies. Wow.
Yeah.
Scary brownies. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why I continue to torture myself constantly with those brownies, because they're my favorite. I wish I was like you, Bob, and I just didn't like desserts, but desserts are my favorite. And the competitiveness is what gets me. That's what I do well with, because being on here and it being competitive of I've got to stay 100%. That keeps me, so tonight we went out to dinner and it was my husband's birthday. We go to, this Italian place where they have family style food, these huge dishes of food. We're with extended family all around the table, all this. My mother-in-law keeps telling me, oh, you got to have one of the cannolis. I was doing very well the whole dinner. You got to have a cannoli. There was one for everybody. Nope, can't do it. Oh, but you got to have one. Nope, can't do it. I don't know how many times I told her. But I just kept thinking.
You said get behind me, Satan.
And I don't want those cannolis.
Yeah, that may not go over well with
that's where I needed the duct tape.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, for her.
Yes. For her, yeah.
It is interesting, isn't it? But your desire to stay 100%, is it because you have to answer to all the people on Meltdown Challenge? Or is it?
I think it's more to myself. I don't know. It's both. I think it's both. But once I decide, I have to make a decision that no, absolutely not. I'm staying on plan. As long as I make a decision that I'm doing 100%, I'm good. I'm golden. It's when I go off and think, okay, I'll just take the day off, then I completely blow it because I like food too much and I completely blow it. So as long as I can stay and say, no, absolutely not, I'm staying 100%, I'm good.
You know, I can relate to that 100% bit, because it's like if you make an allowance, the floodgates open.
Right.
You know, and then it's really hard to pull yourself back.
And then you think, I mean, when I do that and I say, like say when I'm not on the challenge and I'm not staying at 100%, I think, okay, today I'll just do whatever. I'll have some of those brownies and then tomorrow I'll get back on plan. Well, then tomorrow I think, oh, well, you know, I'll just do one more day. And it just like compounds into this big snowball.
Yeah.
And then, oh, if I don't exercise today, I'll take a couple of days off. And then all of a sudden it's been weeks. So.
Yeah, it's true. Larry, I liked what you posted today when you were saying something about, you know, I'm just so busy right now. And I've been, you know, working all these extra hours or whatever. And like the lady I was talking to today, she said, well, you know, we're having a family gathering this weekend. And well, then there's Halloween, and then there's Christmas, and then there's New Year's. And then anyway, I mean, this is something. I mean, there is always something.
Something, exactly.
Always something. Yeah.
So I really like that, Denise, of just, you know, deciding what you want. Another tactic is really to think about what it is you want. Even write it down, visualize it, and think, what is it I am going for? And why am I doing this? And get it in your head exactly, you know, what you're going for and why. And I think also, I mean, it's a mindset. You guys know that, right? We all know it's a mindset. That's the whole thing. And if our mind is with us, we can do it. And if our mind is...
Oh, that's my problem.
Right, Larry.
I lost my mind long ago.
Your mind left. But, you know, your mind got very, very busy. And it lost your resolve. You know, I mean, it gets so wound up. And so we have to remind ourselves, and maybe even, you know, have it posted in front of you and read it in the morning. Hey, you know what? Today's a great day and I can stay on this program, and I'm going to set my alarm for every 3 hours so I eat something so I won't be hungry. And then, you know, just kind of have your plan laid out. Your possibility of success is so much better. Mine is, than if I just go into it like, I'm going to do good today.
Right, exactly. I mean, I cannot do that at all. If I say, okay, I'm just going to try to do good today, that doesn't do it. I've got to decide absolutely.
You've got to have those parameters.
It doesn't matter what I encounter today. Nothing's going to stop me. Because if I just say I'm going to try to do well, then it's all fine.
The very best luck I've had, actually. Tomorrow is my 6 years of doing HELP.
Wow.
Yeah, October 8th. Anyway, just recently, and you guys, I already told you this on this call before a couple of weeks ago, I am just like Denise describes. I made a decision, and the decision was scary because it was nobody but me. I was going to be 100%, and nobody would know except me. So it was scary. To me, it was kind of scary because I thought, I have been slimy for so many years to myself, you know, and it was just myself. I'm really dependable to my kids, to my husband, to everybody, and I help people, and I always say what I'm going to do. But why was I so untrue to myself and without integrity? I mean, you know, you can tell that this is a kind of a really a personal thing, and to face it and say, okay, can you do this? It really took me a few days to decide to do it. And hello, 40th day. Hold on. So yeah, it's the first time that I mean, when I originally did the program, I could stay on easy because the weight was just coming off, and you were just so with it and excited.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I agree with that, because it's so much easier when you're seeing results
yeah,
to continue to do all those good things that aren't so easy to do. It's a lot easier when you see the results, but when you're having to continue to do them and you
not seeing big
don't
ones.
see,
Yeah.
it's hard.
And for
There's
me,
almost
yeah,
there's almost nothing worse than feeling like you have been doing pretty good, and then get on that scale and have it slap you in the face a few times and say, "No, you haven't been doing that great."
I know
And
a
then
girl who
it's like, why do I try?
she gave the scale to her husband. She said, "I don't want to see this for 2 weeks. Please get it out of here," because it did that same thing. It wasn't, moving and discouraged. So when I started this thing, I thought, I don't care if I lose weight or not. This is can I be 100%? And it's just between me and myself. I don't even care what the scale say. I get on the scale, but the weight goes up and down and up and down and up and down. But for me, it's being 100%. And, it's a pretty wonderful thing that once you get on, and Denise, tell me if this is true, but for me, because I tell you guys this, I can't not. I can't not. So it is some competition with
Right.
myself and, integrity to you guys, but it gets easier. And there's no question about it. There's no decision to make because I already made it.
And you have some big victories of where you've made it through really hard things, and then you know that you can do that again. When those things, the next week, when those things face you again, because they're constantly facing you, you go, okay, I did it last week, I can do it again.
Right. And, you make a lot. I had a bunch of kids here this week. I have our kids home for the weekend and made some good stuff, mint brownies. I always like those. And, but I didn't have any. I did because it's not on my plan, and I made, a lot of good food, but it doesn't get me like it used to, just because that commitment's made. And we're talking just 40 days. It's not like 40 years. I'm still working, but
40 days can seem like 40 years.
yeah. It's interesting though, but it's all head. It's all that the decision was made. So anyway, but and sometimes even just a day's decision is enough. An hour, if you make it through an hour, celebrate. It's anyway, just interesting thoughts though. Okay, now let's change subjects unless somebody has something else they want to say. What would you say? Now you have to be really nice to yourself, but think of the thing that you have done best this week. What has been, it can be a non-scale victory, or it can be something that you've seen on the scale, or some change that you've made, maybe even in the last couple of weeks, that is an improvement in your health that you haven't seen before. Okay, all positive. Peggy, are you there? She was there. She might be just listening tonight. But anyway, who wants to go first? Something that is an improvement. One thing or two things or a million if you have them.
Very nice.
Larry, you've got one, I know.
I know I do, but I just
we'll make
think
Denise go first. You got a Fitbit. Tell us why. No.
Well, you guys already know things that I was proud of this week because, I blab them out there. But one thing that's this week that was a non-scale victory that it's not something that I did, but just accumulation of the challenge is that when I first started the challenge, I wasn't able to wear my wedding ring, even though my weight wasn't that much different than what it was when I got married, but I guess because I've gotten older that the small amount of pounds make a big difference. So I wasn't able to wear my wedding ring, and I've been wearing my wedding ring this week because
awesome.
Just that small amount got me back to where I was able to wear my wedding ring.
that's kind of a goal that I've got, is to be able to put my wedding ring back on. I took it off when I worked at the dairy because working with wire baskets and stuff like that, I kept getting pinched, or I'd build this really nasty callus between the ring and the palm of my hand. So I took it off because it was making my hands sore all the time. And at the dairy, while I worked at the dairy, that's when I put on that 25 pounds in 2 years.
Wow.
Because I had too easy access to all of the stuff that we distributed from the dairy.
Cheese, chocolate milk.
That's when I was telling you that get a little tiny spot of mold under the wax on some cheese, and they couldn't sell it to the stores, so they'd sell it to the employees for 50 cents a pound.
Oh.
I used to get 14-pound Longhorns of Wisconsin cheddar for $7.
Oh.
My family ate a lot of cheese then. But anyway,
And I'm dangerous with cheese. Cheese is a weakness.
I like melted cheese on things.
Ooh, wow.
I can put cheese on everything. So I have to restrain from that.
But I'm really kind of, I guess that's part of it, is I want to be able to wear my wedding ring. I got my CTR ring that my son gave me, but he gave that to me 10 or 12 years ago, and it's bigger than my wedding ring, I think. But the other thing is I'm trying to, I guess the next goal is to get rid of that dairy weight.
Yeah.
And then after that, then I'm wanting to head back to my marriage weight.
Tell us what CTR stands for, Larry.
I had a coworker ask me why her initials were on my ring.
Oh.
That was a little embarrassing, but it stands for choose the right. So
Isn't that an awesome thing to wear while you're trying to lose some weight? Choose the right. I think that's awesome. Huh. Good. Bob, do you have a non-scale victory?
No, not really.
Anything that you did well, or at least a little bit better than even one day's worth? Or
Well, I caught up on all the readings that I was like weeks behind on because I'm not doing so great on this challenge. So I have everything read and all the boxes are checked, and everything. I'm not really driven by competition, so to me this is hard because I'm not really like I'm not into games and trying to compete. And
right.
To me, it's just more like a personal thing. I just want to get my life under control. I'm tired of being fat and not feeling good,
yeah.
So anyways, I don't know.
I like that idea.
And then I felt like I was honest with you today or yesterday whenever I wrote you that I just kind of was like, it was like true confessions, I'm not doing so hot,
Yeah, but here you are tonight.
Yeah, I feel ashamed.
That's kind of a victory.
It sure
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, it popped up. I said it today. I downloaded the Zoom, and then so I was sitting here on Facebook. All of a sudden, it popped up, and I went, "Oh no, it's happening!"
It's time.
Yeah, so that's pretty funny.
That's good. Yeah, those are victories. You're on this call. You wrote me an email. You read the readings. I mean, those are great steps forward.
It's so easy to give up. You miss a week or something like that, and things go backwards on you.
Yeah.
Real easy to say, "Oh my gosh, I'm not going to make this. Why bother?" And
Right.
I think that's a real positive, is just to keep trying, even if you're not making the progress that you really want, just to keep trying all the way through, see it through to the end. I think that's a positive. That's a victory.
Yeah. So that's good.
Well, you're still improving. I mean, even if you're not making the progress that you want, you're better than you were the day before
Yeah.
and the week before.
Right.
If you're continuing to do.
I've had a gym membership at the Y for over a year, and I've only visited it maybe once.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been donating my membership. I'm just like donating to the Y every month.
Hey, that's a
In
big
there, donated a lot.
Yeah.
Just
So
go.
then I
You
think
go once this week and get back on next week and report to us.
well, I love to swim, but then I think by the time like evening comes around, I'm going, oh gosh, I'm so tired. The thought of taking my clothes off and putting those swimming trunks on is just like, I just need to take a belt to myself, and get myself over there.
Go in the middle of the afternoon when you're dragging,
Yeah, I could do it then too. I should just do it,
Yeah.
But anyway.
That's one of the positives that happened to me a while back, was I was able to get into my swimming trunks that I couldn't put on for a long time.
That's awesome.
So that was nice.
You know what though? I find that because I struggle with that every single night of getting exercise in because I'm busy all day long. I'm doing school all day long, and then we have whatever activities going on at night and all of this, and then finally I can exercise, and I'm so tired I just want to sit down. I don't want to exercise, but if I can just make myself get up there, then it's actually not as bad as you think it's going to be. But that actual stepping on there and getting started, it's hard to even though okay, last night I did it, and it wasn't once I got out there it wasn't quite as bad. It's still hard to because I'm so tired. At the end of the day I'm just worn out and I'm just ready to just sit down and not do anything. But so I struggle with that, trying to get myself on there and do it when I'm tired.
My problem is I get going on a project, Larry, this probably relate to you. I get going on a project and I don't want to quit. And David says, well, I'm going to go hiking on the mountain. And I'm like, I need to stay working. And then this is today. And then I thought, wait a second. I've been working all day. I deserve this. I'm going. And so I just quit and went. And I thought, that is the nicest thing I could do for myself, is just go up on the mountain for a minute. I mean, we're only gone for half an hour. It's not long. But it was wonderful. We need to reward ourselves with exercise.
So how do you get across, what is it, 89?
We drive. We drive across.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. It is a very busy road. So, yeah, you don't want to kill yourself going up to the mountain. But, yeah, it's just nice. Really, really nice. David I don't walk together. No, he has a much faster pace. And so I really, really enjoy just going very slowly or whatever I want to do and stop when I'm out of breath. And he goes running up the hill and coming back down, and I'm just like, have fun. So don't think I keep up with him, and I don't even try. It's wonderful, though. It's my own private time. Love it. But to stop and take time was really, it's a real gift. And if I look at it as a gift and I deserve this and it helps me, and why not stop, quit being a workhorse, just go, So I don't know, Larry, that was for you. Because you say you get going on projects and you forget to eat and,
Yeah, and I've been doing pretty good. I took a trip down to Utah, and I got a 50-ounce jug of water to take with me. So I only have to drink 2 bottles of water a day.
That's awesome. They're big ones.
So this week I've been better at getting both bottles of water finished than I had before. But there's so many other things that I haven't kept up with. So
But just go for one, maybe Bob, maybe you can go for getting to the Y once this week, or go for your water. See how your water does this week. I think sometimes we defeat ourselves when we go, we have to do this and this and this and this and this. My program is I'm eating what I'm supposed to and drinking the water. That's all. It doesn't include exercise. It doesn't include meditation. It doesn't include reading the chapters like you're talking about, Bob, of hearing all those things. It's just this one little section. That's all I'm going for. But, if you can do all that stuff and, eventually you add more until it's a healthy lifestyle and getting that sleep at night and all that stuff is.
Or even to just do like small increments. Like my mom, she started, she never exercises, never, ever, ever. She's tiny, but she never exercises. And so she eats really well. She drinks lots of water, all that, but she never exercises. So she started, and she was doing 5 minutes a day. That's all she was doing was 5 minutes a day. And
walking or what?
On a treadmill. And then she increased it from that. But, 5 minutes a day was more than she was doing before. And so she would do 5 minutes a day every day for a week. And then she moved up from there the next week, a few more minutes. So
see, that's exactly it. I love that. I'm glad you shared that. So, okay. Anybody want to share commitments for this week? Anybody want to stick their neck out?
I have not been exercising, and so I am sort of with only one more week to go. Is it only one more week? Just 2.
2. Is it 2? What is the last
Not
day?
quite. The 20th is when we.
I think it's 2 weeks.
Yeah, you can go until the 20th. So
That's 2 weeks.
yeah, 2 weeks. Oh, good. I've got 2 weeks. Because I'm nowhere near my weight goal.
Yeah.
I am assuming that I will get enough points, but I really need to lose the weight, or I need to get rid of the fat. I don't care about the weight necessarily, but I've got to burn some more fat. And so this next week, I'm going to try and do something every day.
Something as far as exercise or something?
Exercise, yeah.
Good.
Beyond resistance training. I do that. I've got a couple of hand weights and some things, and I do a little bit of that, but I don't do aerobic stuff. I just don't take the time. It seems like it takes so much time to go walking. The veteran cemetery is pretty close up here, and I just don't do it. I need a little more discipline.
So do you want to say how long you would walk? Would you say I'm going to do at least 10 minutes of exercise a day?
Well, if I get out of the house, then it turns out to be a minimum of like 40 minutes, 45 minutes.
So
if I just walk over to the Optimist Park and back again, it's only about 1.5 miles to 2 miles. And so it's, 30 minutes, 35 minutes is all that takes. So yeah, at least 30 minutes a day.
I love that. And, look at it as a gift to yourself, a nice break, commune with heaven or something while you're doing it, Denise, what's your goal?
My goal is to move up. Okay, so before I took the whole summer off of my elliptical, I was at level 7, and I've only been able to make it to level 6. And so my goal this week is to move up to level 7 to get back to where I was on level 7.
That's awesome.
And using your Fitbit.
I know. I did
get that to you, or however they get it to you. Great.
You know what? I will say one thing about exercise. Like on the times when I know that I'm not going to have much time, I'm not going to be like if I'm going to get home really late at night or whatever, is I'll try to find periods of time during the day that I can do 6 minutes at a time, and I'll do 4 sessions because I can do 6 minutes. I can go say, okay, tell my daughter, you need to do this on your homework, finish, blah, 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 finish this. I go do 6 minutes, and then I come back and we do something else. And I do that 4 times, and that's my minimum if I can't find any other time to do anything. So that's a suggestion for people is if they're struggling with the whole exercise thing. It's not a whole long aerobic thing, but at least I can get some little bitty chunks in there.
That is awesome. I wish David was here. He's helping the scouts tonight, but he has the exercise ball and some weights right here across the hallway from us. We work in here. Anyway, he sets an alarm. I don't know how often it is, but I'll go in there and he's doing sit-ups on his exercise ball or lifting weights. And he only does it for a couple of minutes, but it's kind of the same idea. That's
right. And the other thing I used to always do is like my daughter's constantly making fun of me because we're doing schoolwork and I'm doing while she's doing whatever, I'm doing like the little leg lift thing, step up things on the stool or whatever, in between, just to try to get some of that stuff in there. Just, a little here. So it takes like 20 seconds or whatever to do a set of whatever, and then sometime later, 30 minutes later or whatever, I do some more of something else. And so
you are amazing. Don't you guys think she's amazing? It's on her mind. She does it. That's awesome. Oh, great suggestion. Wow. Bob, you want to make any confessions of what you're doing this week or what you want to do? And make it
I want to try to go swimming at least, maybe 2 times this week or something.
Okay.
My goal is to get out and do. See, I farm, but I've gotten so heavy that even my farming is a major problem. It's like I can hardly move.
Farming is a great exercise, So
yeah,
add a little something to it, and if you go swimming twice, great. Or maybe you could just say that I do 2 things that are extra. They're actual exercise for exercise purposes,
Right.
Because if I were you, I would probably count farming as my exercise. I'm so bad, So I do stuff like that. And so last night we were going to watch a little show on what do you call it? The Netflix. And David says, well, I didn't get to the gym today. Maybe I could do some, lifting weights and stuff. And I thought, oh, crap. So I rode the dumb bike for half an hour. I wouldn't have had he not. So, that tells you I was a little slimy on my exercise, but it's not part of my 40 days. My 40 days is eating. Maybe I'll commit to you guys that I'll do, what do you call it? Concentrated or purposeful exercise this week, every day. Okay, here goes. Well, you guys, this is fun, and we went a little long, sorry. Anyway, they're going to cut us off in a minute. Anybody want to say any last stuff? All I can say is keep posting. Those posts are so fun, and it's so uplifting, and you guys have a lot of wisdom. I mean, you've been around the block. Been trying to figure this thing out for some years.
But we don't have it all figured out because we're still going around the block.
Where's everybody from? So I kind of know where everybody is. What part of the country do they live?
Take a guess about Denise. Where do you think she's from?
I think she's from like either North Carolina or Tennessee.
Tennessee, from Nashville.
Okay, yeah. I lived in North Carolina, so I know the accents in that area. So yeah.
I'm originally from Texas, so
Oh,
when I go back to Texas, my accent's much, much worse.
But you don't say y'all very much.
Actually, I do.
All y'all. Well, we haven't heard. All y'alls.
Wow.
I'm from Boise, Idaho.
So you live in Boise, Larry?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you lived in the Salt Lake area.
That's me.
Well, yeah, I knew that you and David did, but I thought Larry was down there for some reason too. Okay, yeah, so I'm in Caldwell, so we're both Idahoans still. Okay.
Oh, you're in Caldwell?
Yeah.
All right. My son just moved to Nampa, so between us.
What state? Caldwell? Where?
It's in Idaho.
Idaho.
Yeah.
Not far from Boise.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Who is it that lives in Middleton on our team? Not Sheila. Is there a Sharon, or who's the one out in Middleton?
Oh, let me look here. It's okay. Come on.
I'd have to go back to a couple of challenges.
Tyner Waltman is. Was he on one of these calls? Yeah, he's in Middleton anyway.
No, he's not the one I was thinking of. We've got a lady on the crew that's from Middleton, but I can't remember.
I'm looking.
Well, maybe she'll post. She'll watch this video and say, "It's me. It's me.
It's me. I'm in Middleton.
Me. Pick me."
Anyway, You guys are great. Thanks for hopping on and keep up the good work. We're going to do this thing. It looks like it's going to be a little bit of exercise here this time. Okay.
Yep.
All
we'll
right.
all join next week sweaty.
That's right. We'll come victorious. Well, take care. Thanks for being on, everybody.
Okay, bye.
See you later. Bye-bye.